Is Frank Gore helping his Hall of Fame case by coming back for his 16th season?
Okay, that is a real critical way to look at something that I think is pretty majestic in terms of what it is that he's doing. This guy is a Hall of Famer, and while you might be interested in parsing, is he a compiler? Is he really someone who is better than Walter Payton? I just want to sit back and marvel in the disposable era of the running back that at 37 years old, Frank Gore can continue his tour of the AFC East, and now he joins the Jets, and he is going to Canton 3.7 yards at a time. He is going to get at some rushing records that are going to make Mike Wilbon crazy as an advocate for Walter Payton, but Frank Gore is one of the greatest yard accumulators in the history of the sport, and I think we should marvel at the fact that you can't get rid of him.
We marvel, Dan, but it's not that easy to watch at this point. I mean, last season in Buffalo, Bills fans were saying, we love this guy, but stop giving him the football, right? He is not advancing it very far. From a football standpoint, it's not a sure thing that he's going to help your team. And I say this as someone who loves Frank Gore. I love him so much that I argue for him to get into the Hall of Fame, even though it goes against everything I believe in normally when I make arguments about the Hall of Fame. Like, his case is longevity. It is compiling, as you said. He is third right now, and if you look at the top 15, other than Adrian Peterson, who's still playing, every single other back in total yardage on that list is in the Hall. Okay, Frank Gore was not dominant, really. I guess early in his career, maybe with the Niners, you could argue he was about as good as LT, but for the most part, he has never dominated. That is a case I always make against Eli Manning. But then when Frank Gore comes up, I'm like, yeah, sure, put him in the Hall. Like, I'm such a hypocrite when it comes to this player, and I can't help it because I love him so much. He is a delight.
He is a delight, and he's wonderful to watch. I think we're having the wrong conversation. There's a lot of angles to take on this Frank Gore thing. I think we need to be looking into the future. When we find the fountain of youth, when we discover how to keep guys alive and playing for longer than they've ever played before. We've already seen Tom Brady. Now we're kind of talking about Frank Gore. When people start playing until they're 50, are we going to change the way that we decide who makes it into the Hall of Fame? Because having a certain amount of rushing yards in your career is not as impressive when you do it in 20 seasons as when you do it in 13, like Walter Payton. So we're going to have to start having these discussions now so that when that big change comes, and it's coming, we're prepared. Ow, that's my finger.
Myrtle did not agree with that.
No, she's like, let Frank Gore play, celebrate him. She's a big Gore fan.